So about 2 miles west of downtown Nashville on Murphy Road. To check out a joint where a chef who's a transplant from New York City had a couple places. You've probably heard of him, the Dancing Bear, the Red Rooster, and for the last 15 years, he's been rocking this place. This is Cafe Nonna.
The home-style preparation feels like you're sitting at Grandma's house.
So it's fitting Chef Danny Mangiapito named the joint for the woman who first got him into cooking.
My interest came from watching my grandmother cook.
So while studying at culinary school helped him learn the science, his Nonna's at the heart of every dish. Like his take on her Italian classic.
We've got the lasagna.
Piled 8 layers high. Hit it, Danny.
We've got the filling for the lasagna. So what we have here is some whole milk ricotta cheese.
Okay.
Add the cream to it, shallots,
Okay.
garlic, sage, dried oregano, dried basil, crushed red pepper, salt and pepper. Then we whip it. Whip it good.
See?
All right, so what we're gonna do first when we layer this all together, we're going to add some marinara sauce. Next, lasagna sheets.
A nice fresh lasagna.
Now we add some of the ricotta mixture. Add some spinach. Put another layer down, and we put in the middle goes the butternut squash.
Rustic, baby.
Some more layers of lasagna going down. Then again, we put some more of the ricotta down.
That's a lot of ricotta.
A lot of ricotta. Then we put some more of the spinach.
For the entire garden. Very nice.
Yeah. Another layer.
Okay.
All right, we put that on, and then to finish it off, we top it with the marinara sauce.
Awesome. I mean, I've made a lot of lasagna. I've never seen it look this rustic.
We freewheel it here. Hit it with some Parmesan cheese here. We got some shredded mozzarella right here.
Okay. This goes in the oven how long?
400 degrees for about an hour, hour and a half.
Covered.
Covered.
So here's our cooked off lasagna.
Now it's ready to portion.
Oh, look at that.
Now we put it in the pan. Hit it with a little bit of marinara sauce.
Okay.
Hit it with some Reginito Parmigiano, some mozzarella, and then we put it in the oven for 10 minutes. All right, so this is the finished product. And what we do is we put down the Mornay sauce, has a little bit of Parmesan in it. Take a little bit of Swiss chard, it's been steamed. Then we take the lasagna.
There we go.
A little bit of marinara sauce like that.
Wow.
Hit it with some Parmesan cheese, a little bit of fresh basil. And then these are some fried julienne carrots, julienne zucchini, and julienne squash.
Nothing wrong with that. And that's all she wrote.
And that's all she wrote. That's Lasagna Nonna.
And this is the kind of lasagna that your grandmother would make when you were a kid.
This is sort of my version. I wanted to put a little spin on it.
You know what I like is look at the amount of spinach this guy puts in this lasagna. Nice big thick noodles in there. You definitely don't hold back on the cheese. 3 different sauces in there. I mean, you put a lot of time and work into it.
Yes, sir.
And it tastes like it. Nice job, Chef.
Thank you.
Really nice.
Falafel appetizer ready.
Best falafel I've ever had.
Chicken tikka masala, my favorite. We have a Wednesday night date night, and this is our Wednesday night thing.
A lot of regulars.
Chicken kebab spicy. I watched my grandmother cooking most of this stuff.
Back in Syria,
This is done.
where Riyad Al Qassim,
Lamb chop is ready.
everyone calls him Chef Raqqa, grew up.
I love to cook.
And his recipes go back centuries.
Okay.
Like this top seller.
Lamb korma is always excellent. It's a complex flavor.
So, leg of lamb. I'm gonna clean it.
Take all the fat off.
Yeah, I'll leave a little bit. Gives it
Moisture.
the great flavor to the meat. This is gonna be cooked in spices only. Peanut oil.
Green cardamom.
This is what we call the leaf of cardamom. This is a plant. It's very good. We add it to it. Now this one is like Syrian cardamom.
So this is dried cardamom.
Yeah.
We're going all in with this.
Bay leaves, 2 sticks of cinnamon, cumin, coriander as well goes in.
Turmeric.
Saffron, salt,
Himalayan salt.
pepper.
These seasonings are just really opening up right now.
We're gonna add
Little garlic.
ginger. We have to stir them, take a whiff.
Whoa!
Now we're gonna add our lamb egg.
Coating this whole thing.
That's right.
Throw a lid.
This is gonna take about 30 minutes.
Now we're gonna make a sauce that goes along with that. Again, toasting up all the spices.
That's right. Peanut oil, fennel seed, ajwan,
Ajwan. Add 2.
cinnamon sticks, coriander, cumin,
Turmeric. Black Syrian cardamom.
saffron,
Wow, it's like a spice fest.
ginger, pureed garlic, again our cardamom leaves.
Himalayan salt. Green cardamom. Little bay leaf.
That's it. We stir. When the spices are brown,
This looks good. I'll be over here.
we're gonna add our tomato puree to it.
How long is this gonna cook?
Approximately an hour. And you cannot take your eye off it.
You burn it.
You're done. We're gonna add sour cream, the homemade yogurt. Now we're gonna add the milk. We're gonna stir it very good.
It's all mixed up. Cook on very low. 3.5 hours.
Stir occasionally every 3-4 minutes.
The sauce is done. The lamb is finished. Now,
We're gonna make the lamb korma. Add 1 ladle of spice water.
with the cumin and the lemon and the salt and the garlic.
We're gonna take the korma sauce, bring it to a boil. Some of the lamb, 1 dry fig. Cover and
Let it simmer just a little bit.
it takes about 5 minutes. There, that's it. We'll come right here to plate, dry cherry, and
Raisins.
when you add the cilantro, you add it at the bottom. You submerge it with this, and as you eat, it comes up and hits the notes.
I don't know to call him chef or maestro,
Parsley.
but that's how it goes. Are you kidding me? Fantastic. You are surrounded in flavor. Wow. You've probably not had lamb this tender. This is like Mediterranean bolognese. I'm sorry, I gotta do it. One more bite.
This is Bottle Cap. She's dangerous. Trained ninja in flavor. Besides cook, what else do you do?
Golf is my second passion. I ended up going and playing collegiately out in Arizona.
You played college golf.
Yeah, and then I started doing the Remax World Long Drive competitions.
What's the farthest you ever hit the ball?
326.
Get out!
Beast of a sandwich.
And she's also crushing it with the menu here.
Titan sandwich is huge, from the burger itself to the chicken tender to the jalapeno popper. It's so good.
It looks intimidating, but you know, I feel like we could tackle it.
Just a simple sandwich.
What's that called?
The Titan.
It's called the death of me.
We are doing our buttermilk marinade for our chicken tenders. Eggs, hot sauce, salt, and our garlic.
How long is it gonna stay in this marinade?
Leave it overnight.
Next up,
Cornflake breading that we're gonna dredge chicken and AP flour. Cornflakes.
should we hit all these in the food processor prior?
Yep. Garlic powder, onion powder, smoked paprika, black pepper.
A little salt.
Mix everything up.
So chicken, dredge.
And we are gonna head over to the fryer at 375 for 6-7 minutes.
What else is on this Titan?
Snappy sauce.
Can you say it without smiling?
No.
This is snappy.
This is snappy.
Okay, just hang on.
This is our snappy. You're killing me.
All right, here we go. I'm a professional at this. What's next?
We are making our snappy sauce for our Titan sandwich. I had it and you lost it.
We've just proven, folks, that there's no way to say snappy sauce and not laugh.
Start off with our pepperdew peppers.
Great peppers.
Pulse these up a little bit. Next, we got our Worcestershire, cayenne, hot sauce. Then we actually reserve some of the pepperdew juice, mayo.
And copious amounts of ketchup.
Blend that up a little bit.
That's delicious. Sweet, spice, fat. Think about Thousand Island with an attitude. I dig it.
We are going to make our onion ring batter, and we use our pancake batter.
Very cool.
Flour, baking soda, baking powder, salt, sugar. Oh, thanks. Our light beer lager. Slice up the onions, go straight into the beer batter.
Onion rings down,
And mozzarella stick.
and the jalapeno poppers are down. I gotta watch the fryer. You know, it's my job.
Our burger patties, salt, pepper smash, snappy sauce, lettuce, tomato, our house-made bread and butter pickles.
House-made.
We're gonna go down with our American cheese, bacon going on top, a little bit of steam, double stacking our patties,
Good fries, I'm telling you that much.
chicken tender, more snappy sauce, our onion ring. Top that off with a mozzarella stick, jalapeno popper, and a pepperoncini.
Right? The chicken tender was perfectly cooked, nice and moist, great breading on the outside of it. From the hot burger and the melting cheese to the cold tomato, cold lettuce. There was just a nice little juxtaposition there. There's two things that really stand out. One is the snappy sauce. Oh, dynamite.
Thank you.
The pepperdew is a kiss of acidity and sweetness. Two, the bread and butter pickles that you guys make are awesome. Served up with dynamite fries. You order a burger like that, you'll be telling all your friends about Bottle Cap.
Titan sandwich for you.
The chicken is just really, really scrumptious.
You get the spice from the jalapeno popper on top.
This is kind of like the Saturday thing.
You just keep it rounded out to like 2 or 3 of them at one time?
Maybe. Depends on the day.
I'm here to check out a joint where a husband and wife team left San Francisco where they had this really successful fast casual Vietnamese concept, and they came out here to offer up the folks in Nashville some real banh mi. This is Eastside Banh Mi.
Making shrimp spring rolls.
It was kind of love at first sight.
Possible banh mi pickup.
You don't find a lot of banh mi's in Nashville.
At least not until Chad Newton and Gracie Wynn brought them here. Tell me about the menu. What is this, true banh mi?
We just do it more like chef-driven, but we still keep it to the traditional recipes that I grew up with.
#1 banh mi sandwich. Enjoy.
The bologna, the cilantro, the vegetables, everything just kind of ties together really well. I mean, that's #1.
The last bite is like the little crunchy, soggy, perfect tip.
The #1 sandwich is like a cold cut. So we're gonna make the ham hock terrine. These are smoked ham hock, boiled for 3 to 4 hours until it's tender.
Once this cools down, is going through and picking the meat and separating the cartilage, the bone, and the fat.
Correct.
Good, I'm not gonna do that part.
Okay.
I'm gonna go, oh, there's my car. Someone's out there. I gotta go find your husband. I'll see you right back.
And then we're gonna hand shred it.
Did you get it all?
I did.
This is amazing. The timing of going to get the tires rotated and the oil change. This is the broth that's been strained after the hocks were done?
Correct. And
Okay.
then I'm gonna add the gelatin. Once it melts, I'm just gonna pour some of this over. Press this in.
Into the walk-in. Once it starts to cool down, it should really seize up.
Correct.
Then we'll have it ready to slice.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna make pate.
Don't say pate. Oy vey.
Start with a little bit of pork fat, ground pork, chicken liver.
Chicken livers I can get down with. I cannot do the beef liver. No offense.
Add some onions and the garlic, salt, black pepper, spice powder, sugar, and fish sauce.
And these are all recipes your mom taught you?
My grandmother.
Really?
Yeah. This is ready. Goes in the food processor. Then we're gonna add the rest of the pork fat.
I can smell that 5-spice from here. All right, so take this smooth. Let it cool. It's spreadable.
Correct.
We need to make the butter mayo.
The mayo is not your traditional mayo.
Right.
It's actually supposed to resemble like a whipped butter. No butter in it.
There's no butter.
No butter.
There's no butter.
It's just egg yolks, shallots, sea salt, and just whip it up with a little shallot oil to be nice and thick and spreadable.
And talk about baguettes. This baguette that is known in banh mi, which is not as heavy as a French baguette. How do we achieve that?
It's actually a 3-day process.
Okay.
I make a peluche, just a little bit of yeast
Okay.
compared to the amount of flour that goes overnight.
Creating this fermentation, getting you the air pockets and the bubbles.
Then the next day, we make the dough, water, the polish,
Yeast, flour.
and sea salt. Speed 1 for 3 minutes, speed 2 for 9 minutes, speed 3 for 3 minutes. And we put it back in the fridge for 24 hours. It gets portioned out, and then let that proof for 2 hours. Press it down a little bit, smack it,
She really gets excited with that.
and then roll it up, and then that goes here.
It's gonna go in the proofer for 3 hours.
Correct. We put it in the oven at 475 for 20 minutes. So we're gonna build the banh mi.
Listen to that bread. Nice and warm. Oh, that's banana. Actually, it's bread. Oh my goodness.
The butter mayo down.
Not shy with that.
Oh, and then the pate, cucumbers, the bologna, the ham hock, pickled daikon and carrots that we make in-house, cilantro, jalapenos, black pepper, and then our seasoning sauce cut in half.
That's a different level right there. That's goosebumps. The pate is lights out. So rich, velvety, silky. The bread is a crunch of fire. Getting great texture out of that local bologna. Definitely texture out of that terrine. Silkiness and creaminess and fat coming through from that buttered mayo. A little bit of spice from the jalapeno. Palate refresher from the pickled onions and daikon. Actually, it's legendary. Probably some of the best banh mi I've had.
#1 banh mi, table 7.
The ham hock terrine and the pate adds like a nice smoky aspect. Then you balance that with the cilantro and the cucumber. It makes it really kind of sing in the mouth.
Really what brought me in the most was the bread.
Bread's ridiculous.
Yeah.
They have the shallot mayonnaise. I want to put it on everything. It's so good.
It's phenomenal. It's different than any sandwich I've ever had.
This is soy bistro.
All right, go to the patio. We have gochujang chicken.
Big fan of the place. Can't come here enough.
Traditional with some chicken, baby. Delicious Asian soul food.
4 more porks, 3 more hot chickens.
It's awesome, and I love it because of Kenji, mostly.
I was into sales and
Like shit?
sorry, no, because my mom was amazing with clients. I went to LA for 10 years. That's where I got the food bug.
So you came to Nashville knowing you wanted to be in the restaurant business?
100%. Order up, table 4.
We're in Nashville, so what are we gonna make?
We're gonna make hot chicken.
With a little Korean influence.
It's amazing. It's not like any other hot chicken in Nashville.
Here, the gochujang makes it really flavorful and it's spicy.
We want to brine our chicken. Water, salt, sugar, sliced garlic, black peppercorn, lemon slices, bay leaves.
Okay.
Pour it over the chicken and let it sit for 2 hours.
Next step.
So we're gonna make the chili oil.
Okay.
So we're gonna just take some good old vegetable oil.
Okay. Slowly bring that garlic up with the oil so we're not frying it.
Absolutely. Korean chili flakes, onion powder,
Salt.
cayenne.
Because that Korean chili flake is not really spicy. So now this is gonna cook for how long?
At least about an hour.
What's the next step?
Make the cream wasabi, which is gonna be a part of our house coleslaw.
Got it.
Cucumbers, green onions. Then we got sour cream.
Wasabi paste that's been reconstituted with a little water.
Blend that up.
Okay, and what are we going into?
I'm going into ranch.
Dry ranch mixed with a little buttermilk and a little sour cream?
No, it's just store-bought ranch.
Oh, just store-bought ranch out of the bottle?
Just good store-bought ranch out of the bottle.
Who likes to party?
We're gonna add some sugar, then we're gonna add the last kicker, the mayonnaise. This is gonna go on top of that carrot slaw.
So we got a nice hard sear on the brine chicken.
Yes, sir. A little sriracha from our chili oil.
Mount it with a little bit of butter. Chicken on top.
Toasted sesame seeds, green onions. Finish that house coleslaw with that cream wasabi we made earlier.
And that's all she wrote. Now that right there, delicious. All right, there's a little bit of heat, but not overwhelmingly hot, like you're burning your mouth and it's just all cayenne loaded. Tender chicken, perfect rice, nice little slaw to cool you down if it's too hot. It's a nice alternative because it's not fried. So you're getting the fix that you want without all the calories that you probably don't need. Delicious, very approachable.
Of the hot chicken.
It has a little bit of a spice to it, but it tastes great, especially with some of the dressings that come with it.
Making the right thing, I love it.
Kenji just makes everybody feel welcome, and it's always fun.
The story's awesome, and you're a good dude, and I imagine people love coming in here and seeing you. That's what it's all about.
Thank you
Well
so
done,
much.
my friend.
I appreciate it.
So I'm here in Nashville on the south side of downtown in an area known as Pie Town. I guess it's because the neighborhood's shaped like a pie. But anyhow, here to check out a joint where a dude had a catering company and, well, pandemic hits, loses 90% of his business, but he adapts and overcomes, as we do in the restaurant business, and opens up a taco joint to keep everybody working. This is Pie Town Tacos.
If you can drop me 2 grilled fish.
Pie Town's just different. Has that unique flavor to it.
Tofu rice and bean bowl.
The guy's got a Pie Town Tacos shirt on. You think he might like the place? Do you work here?
No, I don't work here.
You just have the shirt.
Gotta be a big fan all the time.
And that fan base began with Jason Crockrell's catering company, which has been a Nashville staple since 2006. Y'all doing all right? But it wasn't until 2020 that he took on tacos.
COVID hit. You know, our business went down. And so we got all these people we love and care about. We got to keep them working. So we opened it up and started selling some tacos.
Here's your al pastor tacos. I love this sort of food. I love nachos and tacos and bowls with rice and beans.
Hot chicken nachos up.
This is like the Grand Ole Opry of queso and Nashville hot chicken all combined. It's amazing.
What's up next?
We're gonna make the queso for the hot chicken nachos. You get a little vegetable oil, butter, onion in, garlic, kosher salt, cumin,
Flour, cook off that roux.
green chilies, chicken stock, half and half.
You'll start dropping the cheese in little by little.
Melted in there, the goodness. Going over the
Right.
top. Nachos.
Was that going over the top?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
the culinary sign language,
Right.
going over the top. What's our next step?
hot chicken spice. Guajillo chili, some arbol.
Well, you're not missing the hot part here.
No, we use the Pekin chili, cayenne, onion powder, garlic powder, kosher salt, and some sugar.
And we're gonna bloom this in that hot oil.
Brings out all that flavor out of
Yeah.
those spices.
And how are we dredging that chicken?
Chicken breader.
Chicken breader.
Chicken breader.
Don't y'all know chicken breader?
Everybody knows chicken breader.
Come on now.
Come on. Flour, cayenne pepper, black pepper, kosher salt, a little bit more of that guajillo chili, garlic powder, onion powder, milk powder is a binding agent in there for the chicken. We'll add water to it to make a wet batter. So we'll go wet, dry.
Dye or
Dyes, always dyes.
like where this guy rolls.
Yeah, chicken we just fried up. That spice that we bloomed earlier.
Full hot Nashville hot chicken style.
Tortilla chips, queso.
Okay, so you're gonna put that on?
Queso. I hear you, brother. Throw that hot chicken right over the top. Cotija cheese, chopped cilantro.
That's all she wrote. No? I think.
You look good. No, you get a little hanger there.
A little hanger.
Okay.
I don't think you could ever say a little hanger and ever have it sound good. Those are good chips. Great texture, amazing crunch. The cotija's perfect, good cheese sauce. I can't sell it in my mouth fast enough, by the way. When you tell people in Nashville that they're getting Nashville hot chicken nachos, you gotta deliver it. Legit, my friend.
We got some hot chicken nachos.
How legit is the hot chicken?
I mean, it's the best you can get right there as far as the spices and everything.
Best queso in town. It's just delicious.
I'm in the great state of Tennessee, one of my favorites. Why? Well, home of Jack Daniels, the Grand Ole Opry, and some killer barbecue. Now, I'm in Hendersonville, about 10 miles from Nashville, on the corner of Center Point and Main Street, to check out a joint that's got a ton of character and a bunch of stories. This is Center Point Barbecue.
Brisket, corn on the cob, spicy red slaw.
The best barbecue in the South.
Pulled pork.
This is authentic as you're gonna get.
Everybody loves their barbecue.
Because when it comes to smoking meat, owner Robert Duke doesn't mess around. You're the cleanest pit master I know.
Well, I cleaned up for you. This is my Sunday best.
And the smell coming from his 3 smoke pits is like a come-and-get-it bell for the locals.
Generally, I think you can smell it about a mile away.
Just makes your taste buds want to drop by and eat it.
Whether it's a full rack of ribs, smoky beef brisket, or one of Robert's down-home family traditions.
Pulled pork.
There's no other pulled pork around that even compares to it.
This is the entire shoulder together. Not going to mess around. Bone in.
We're going to make our marinades. Gallon mouth sauce.
2 gallons of vinegar. Now what are we going to do?
We're going to mop it, and just, like I said, generously. Let's do a little rub. We'll do a little crazy pepper here.
Crazy pepper.
Let's love on it just a little bit. A little bit of salt, not much.
And that's it.
You don't want
Getting it
salt.
ready for the smoke. What are we going to smoke it with?
Shag bark hickory.
Shag bark hickory.
We get a lot of smoke out of it.
That's important. Give me overalls. I'm staying.
Ready to go.
Let's go. Look at this monster. 225.
225, that's it.
For 18 hours.
Anything more than that's a sin. We're going to cook fat side up, and it's just going to keep on basting itself as it turns.
I got you. Hit it. That's black as night.
We're smoking.
What is the yield you're getting off of this thing?
At 50, 55.
55%.
Right.
It's redunculous. Look at the bark on that, man.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
You want to bust this thing open?
It ain't gonna take much.
So what we're going to do, we're just going to bust it down the middle. Pull it back, just let it go, all right? We're going to let you get your own meat out of there. So if you want over here, or you want over here, or you want up here, it's your choice.
Well, I'm gonna take a little bit up here.
That's the good part. I love that part right there.
I like that up there where there's more movement, you know, up in that. There you go. You dig right up in there.
That's it.
See that right in there? Peekaboo, I see
Oh,
you.
yeah, that's it.
There you go. That's what we're talking about. So it comes with a whole heap of pickles, and what's that, a pancake?
It's our cornbread patty.
So I don't like putting my sauce on my meat. I like to have it there to dip.
I'm telling you.
I gotta tell you something. The pork has been cooked down to a point that you don't see very often. A little heat, a little sweet, right on your meat. Awesome job.
That's what I think barbecue should taste like.
The pulled pork is some of the best I've had anywhere.
It just melts in your mouth. It is really good.
So I'm here in Nashville, Tennessee. Gotta love it. I mean, killer barbecue, great music, and you never know who you'll run into. So anyhow, I'm here to check out a joint that's doing grilled cheese, but grilled cheese to a different level. It's not just what they're serving, it's what they're serving it from. Get this, a food truck. This, was that? Nah. Anyhow, this is the grilled cheesery.
We have 2 mats on the grill.
It's not trying to be fancy, it's just good and what's right.
Short rib melts.
Translation, gangster grilled cheeses and standout soups. A simple menu that Chef Crystal DeLuna Bogan and her musician husband Joseph have stuck to since they opened the truck in 2010.
I got a pimento mac going out with the soup. We got some Tennessee cheddar.
It's a monster.
It's a 40-pound block. We're gonna cut this up, shred it up for the pimento mac and cheese base.
So you're gonna cut the cheese?
I'm gonna cut this cheese with this knife.
So no processed cheese in this crew?
No, sir.
Delicious, okay. So cheese is done.
We're gonna make some mayo. Eggs, garlic, spice mix, paprika, cayenne, pepper, and then
hot sauce?
Hot sauce. Again, the mayo.
The slow stream.
Slow stream. And then the oil. So this kind of replaces the whole roux situation. This actually makes it a lot more gooey, and we love our mayo here in the South. All right, now we just assemble. So we got our mac, already cooked it in just some salted boiling water, a little oil. We got our mayo
this
base.
girl thinks she was some pretty little bartender. This girl been cooking.
And here comes the good stuff. We got our cheese.
I'm digging it.
We just want a little bit of noodle, just for some texture, but it's mostly about the cheese.
Righteous.
And then we're just gonna add our roasted peppers. So that's basically it. Assembly time. So we're gonna butter the bread.
Okay.
This is our special butter mix.
Which is
Butter and mayo.
I like it.
Pimento, mac and cheese, some of our beautiful local tomatoes, bacon bits, and then we finish it off with the same cheddar that we've just sliced.
And we go to the grill.
Yeah.
Get it?
Then we press it down.
How long does that take to melt?
About 2.5 minutes on each side. It's all melty. Cut it on halfway. We present it open faced so you can see all the goodness.
Okay.
We'll serve it up with some of our house-made pickles.
So the roasted red pepper and tomato soup.
Little basil oil on top, pimento mac and cheese. Melts.
So I gotta try this sandwich by itself.
What do you think about that?
You know what, I'll tell you something. If you're left with just pimento by itself, well, there's not enough texture.
Yeah.
Texture was the one. But you put the pasta in there and the tomato. A little bit of spice coming out of that as well. This is where it goes on.
Yeah. That's how you do it.
That's so good. I'm gonna go into like a little dream sequence. I am telling you what, this just takes me back to childhood.
It's a labor of love, so we better produce.
And call it the grilled cheesery?
We're the place where grilled cheeses are made.
I gotta see some chicken dumplings. So how do we make it here?
We bake the chickens for Wednesday. We have baked chicken on the menu. My dad wanted to incorporate leftovers into an entree, not to waste the food, so he started doing chicken and dumplings.
Cram everybody in.
Put a little water in the pan to kind of braise it, and I'm gonna coat it with a little margarine so that the seasoning sticks. Salt, black pepper, chili powder, brown sugar, a little paprika.
Pop in the oven.
350 for about an hour and 20 to an hour and 30 minutes. Pull that out, drain it.
That'll get shredded, and we'll start building the gravy.
Yeah.
Got it.
We're gonna start off with a little margarine, melt that down, saute a little celery. We're gonna do a little onion.
When he says little, he's little.
A lot of garlic. You're getting a lot of the seasoning that's already been in here.
In the chicken?
Yes, the leftover drippings from the baked chicken. Stir that around. After all the vegetables have been sauteed, gonna add some water to it. More garlic.
Very nice.
We like the garlic here. Black pepper, white pepper, poultry seasoning, which has got, a little sage.
The sage, big key.
Mix those seasonings, add a little chicken base.
Chicken flavor and salt.
The next thing we add is the chicken.
A lot of big flavor coming out of the bones and the skin.
Yep. Boil the chicken for about 45 minutes to an hour.
So you're gonna cook in this and fortify this stock.
Yep.
Strain that out so you supplement what you have left over from Wednesday.
Exactly.
Got it? Now we've got our clear stock ready to work with.
Now we're gonna make the dumplings.
Dig it?
I do my all-purpose and self-rising.
I'm wearing black, you have flour, I'm gonna stand back. You're using a combo, because all-purpose wouldn't rise, it would just make a hard rock.
Sprinkle a pinch of salt.
Please tell me that is straight up lard.
Oh, this is straight up lard.
Yes. This is where you're gonna get that real unctuous flavor. We're basically making biscuits. We're gonna cut that lard into that flour and tighten it up with some ice water.
Yep.
We got the right consistency here. Now we'll flour the board, roll it out, make the dumplings.
You got it.
You got a rolling pin, son?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Look at that. How long has that been around? It says it right there. It says legally stolen from Abe Lincoln.
And it's important we put a little extra flour on them because it helps the stock thicken up.
You're not too worried that it's exact size. You just want to make sure they don't stick together.
Yeah.
If you look at this little square right now, this thing's going to become about that big around. It's going to be awesome.
Add these in here. Got to stir them immediately.
Right off the bat, it'll stick.
You got it.
Look how they start to puff up. I want to eat that.
Cook for about 15 to 20 minutes. Then when there's about 10 minutes left, we're gonna add the chicken. So the chicken heats back up. Just take the whole pan, dump it in there. Why not? Good to go.
That's how we do it. Oh, man. Oh.
It's thickened up real good.
Look at that. That's a good-looking dumpling right there. That's about as old school as you're gonna find them.
All right.
Some of that roasted chicken in there. I'm just stalling so I can shovel it all in. It's a nice day out. These are good spoons. Creaminess, tender chunks of chicken. I almost finished the whole bowl in that time.
Good stuff. Appreciate it, man.